They showed only a few seconds. A blurred figure in the shadows, a familiar voice in the background. But fans noticed it right away. JJ may be coming back. The Outer Banks Season 5 trailer didn't scream it out loud, but it whispered just enough for die-hard fans to start digging deep. The mystery of JJ's return could be the biggest surprise of the season. When the Season 5 trailer dropped, it was packed with chaos, explosions, tense faces, and fast scenes that made it hard to catch your breath. But one short moment stood out. To everyone. A glimpse of a character in a hoodie standing near the docks, back turned to the camera. The build, the way he stood, even the old chain hanging from his neck. It felt like JJ. It wasn't clear, but it was enough to set the internet on fire. Fans began comparing the shot with scenes from Season 3 and 4, pointing out similar clothes JJ used to wear and the way he held his head when he was deep in thought, but that wasn't all. The music during that moment changed slightly, just for a second. It was JJ's old theme, the background score used in several emotional scenes in earlier seasons. It played quietly under the chaos, and it wasn't obvious unless you knew what to listen for. That one sound, mixed with the shadowy image, gave fans hope. It was like the show was sending a secret message to the audience. Without revealing too much, another clue came when the trailer showed Pope and Kiara sitting together at night. Kiara was holding something in her hand, something small, like a dog tag or a keychain. Some fans believe it was JJ's. The moment was quick, and the camera didn't focus on it for long, but it looked personal. It felt like they were remembering someone, maybe waiting for someone to return. Kiara didn't speak, but her face said everything. There was pain and hope all at once. Then came the voiceover. While scenes flashed of John B. and Sarah on the run again, a voice in the background said, "Some of us can't stay gone forever." It wasn't John B.'s voice. It wasn't Pope's either. It sounded rough, like someone who had been through a lot. Some fans are sure it was JJ's voice, slightly deeper, slightly older. The voiceover wasn't tied to any character on screen, making it feel even more mysterious. If it was JJ, then that line could be his message, that he's been away, but is coming back soon? Social media exploded right after the trailer. On TikTok, fan edits showed the hoodie scene again and again, comparing it to old JJ clips. Reddit threads broke down every single frame of the trailer. Some people even slowed it down frame by frame to catch clearer shots of the mystery figure. Theories began popping up everywhere. Some say JJ faked his death. Others think he's been hiding and watching from afar, planning to return at the right time. A few fans even believe he's working undercover to help the Pogues from behind the scenes. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear: the trailer did not deny JJ's return. Instead, it gave just enough to make people believe. The creators of Outer Banks are known for twists, secrets, and emotional returns. They wouldn't show those clues without a reason. JJ has always been a fan favorite. His wild energy, his loyalty, and his pain made him one of the most loved characters in the show. Leaving his story unfinished wouldn't feel right, and maybe, just maybe, the trailer was telling us that his story isn't over yet. That JJ is still part of the journey, and that his comeback might change everything in Season 5. JJ always lived like there was no tomorrow, fast, wild, and full of heart. But by the end of Season 4, something in him had changed. He wasn't just the reckless boy anymore. He had scars both inside and out, and then, just like that, he was gone. Not officially dead, not fully missing, just gone. The show never explained it clearly. Jay's exit felt too quiet for someone who burned so brightly in every scene. In the final episodes of Season 4, JJ had been drifting further from the group. He smiled less, he talked less. He kept going off alone, making risky choices that didn't feel like the old Jay. It was like he was carrying something too heavy for his young shoulders. His best friend Pope noticed it. Kiara noticed it too, but they didn't know how to stop him. JJ had always been the wild card, but now he looked like someone who was trying to escape not just from the law or enemies, but from himself. The last time we saw him, JJ was standing on the edge of a cliff near the ocean. The wind blew through his hair as he looked out at the waves. He didn't say a word, no goodbye, no hint. Just silence, and then he walked away. The screen faded before we saw where he went. Some believed he jumped, others believed he found a boat and left. The show gave no answer, just questions. And it broke fans' hearts? Not because JJ had died, but because the story left him hanging, unfinished. JJ's disappearance left a big hole in the Pogues. John B. became more serious. Pope took fewer risks. Even Sarah seemed lost without him around to throw in those crazy ideas and bring wild energy to their lives. And Kiara? She wore JJ's old bracelet for the rest of the season. She didn't say much about it, but every fan knew she missed him. Their bond had grown in season 3, but before anything deep could begin, JJ was already slipping away. Some fans believed JJ chose to vanish to protect his friends. Maybe he made enemies too dangerous to stick around. Maybe he found out something bigger, something connected to the treasure or their parents' past. Others think he felt like a burden and didn't want to be saved anymore. The truth is, JJ always felt like the outsider. His father was abusive, the system failed him, and even with the Pogues, he never truly believed he deserved happiness. That pain followed him like a shadow, even in the brightest moments. So when JJ disappeared, it wasn't loud or dramatic. It was silent, like the world just swallowed him. That silence is what hurt the most. Fans waited for the season 4 finale to explain it, but no answers came. Just that empty feeling, like a song that ends too soon. A goodbye with no words. A story left mid-sentence, and maybe that was the point. Maybe JJ's story was never meant to end in season 4. Maybe his exit was the start of something new, something darker, deeper, more personal. Maybe the boy who ran from his pain is coming back as a man who finally faced it. And if that's true, season 5 might not just bring JJ back, it might give him the closure he never had. Asterisk sometimes. The truth isn't in the trailer. It's in the silences between interviews, in the way a cast member avoids a question, or in a blurry photo taken on set when no one was supposed to be watching. That's exactly how Outer Banks fans started piecing together the mystery of JJ's return. The show's creators didn't say it. The actors didn't confirm it. But still, the clues kept appearing, small, subtle, and powerful. It started with a podcast interview. The showrunners were asked directly about fan favorite JJ and whether his story was truly over. They laughed. One of them said, "Well, you never know who might show up when things get messy." It sounded casual, like a joke. But longtime fans know better. These writers never say anything by accident. Their past interviews hinted at big twists long before they aired. So when they played coy about JJ, it felt more like a tease than a denial. Then came a behind-the-scenes photo leak. It wasn't posted on an official account. It came from a background extra who quickly deleted the image after fans noticed something strange. In the far corner of the shot, partially hidden behind equipment, a blonde figure in a gray hoodie stood near the cast. The photo was taken on a day when filming was happening near water, close to the docks. The figure didn't turn their face. But the posture, the messy hair, even the way they leaned, it looked exactly like JJ. This photo spread like wildfire across Reddit and Twitter. Fans zoomed in, brightened the image, compared it to past scenes from season 3. Some said it was just a crew member, but others weren't convinced. Especially after the actor who plays Pope liked a fan tweet that said, "Don't worry guys, JJ's not gone." That like was deleted within hours. But not before the internet noticed. Even more interesting was an Instagram story from Madison Bailey, who plays Kiara. A few months ago, she posted a behind-the-scenes clip of her walking through set trailers. Just before she entered hers, the camera briefly showed another trailer door with a name tag covered by a jacket. The tag was unreadable, but fans claimed the shape of the letters underneath matched Rudy. The actor who plays JJ, Madison, quickly removed the story and never posted anything similar again. And then came the Comic-Con panel, fans asked the cast if they had a favorite scene from the upcoming season. Chase Stokes smiled and said, "There's one scene that fans have been waiting for, and it hit all of us hard while filming." The others nodded. Madison looked down, then said, softly, it was emotional. Nobody explained what they meant. No names were mentioned. But fans couldn't ignore the tension in the room. It felt like they were holding back a huge secret. Rudy Pankow himself has been silent. He hasn't promoted any other major projects recently. He's been off the radar for months. No interviews, no podcast appearances, no new shows announced. Usually actors have something lined up after a popular series. But Rudy's sudden quietness makes fans wonder, is he staying away because he's secretly back in Outer Banks? These hints may not be confirmations, but together they tell a story. The creators are being careful. The cast is being quiet, but too many signs point in the same direction. A return, a surprise. A twist so big, they don't want to spoil it. Jay wasn't just another character, he was the heart of the group, the storm before the calm. And now, the storm may be coming back. Asterisk, if JJ really returns in Season 5, the story will never be the same. His comeback wouldn't just be a reunion, it would be a storm crashing into the quiet. The Pogues have changed since he left. They've, grown, healed, and in some ways moved on. But JJ was never just another member of the crew. He was the fire in the group, the one who made risky moves, spoke without fear, and protected his friends like family. Bringing him back now would shake every bond and test every secret. John B. has become more focused, more serious. He's no longer chasing just treasure, he's chasing peace. But JJ's return could pull him back into chaos. JJ was the one who often dragged John B. into trouble, but he was also the one who never left his side. If he suddenly appears injured or hiding something, John B. will have to choose between the calm life he's building or the wild loyalty that once defined him. Kiara's story will hit even harder. Fans saw her heart break in slow motion when Jay vanished. She wore his bracelet. She looked for him in silence. If JJ comes back, their connection might ignite into something deeper, but only if he's ready. What if he returns colder? What if he's changed? That tension between old feelings and new wounds could lead to the most emotional storyline of the season. And if Kiara's moved on or started trusting someone else, JJ's return could tear apart everything she's built since. And what about Pope? He was JJ's closest brother in spirit. The two shared laughs, fights, and near-death escapes. But Pope is different now. He's not the boy chasing respect, he's matured. He wants answers, not more trouble. If JJ walks back into their lives, with more secrets than truth, Pope may be the first to question him and the last to forgive. Their reunion could either be a powerful brotherhood or a painful separation beyond personal ties. JJ's return could unlock new threats. What if he didn't just disappear, but was taken? Or went underground to uncover something dangerous? If he comes back with enemies following, Season 5's peaceful start could explode into war. Maybe JJ found out something huge about the treasure, something darker than gold and maps. Maybe he's coming to warn them. Or worse, maybe he's being used. Imagine JJ returning with a new crew. Not the Pogues, but strangers who saved him or changed him. What if he doesn't trust the Pogues anymore? What if he thinks they gave up on him? That kind of hurt runs deep, and it could make JJ a wild card no one sees coming. Will he protect the Pogues? Or challenge them? His return could bring loyalty, but it could also bring betrayal. And then there's the biggest question. Is JJ truly okay? He may come back smiling, but fans know the truth. JJ hides pain behind jokes. His silence says more than his words. If he returns, there might be damage we can't see, trauma, guilt, fear. Season 5 might explore JJ's mental journey, his healing, and the fight to find his place again. He won't be the same boy who left. And maybe that's the most exciting part. His journey isn't just about returning, it's about becoming something new. Season 5 could be about forgiveness, about second chances, about the one person who no one expected to return, finally walking through the door. If done right, JJ's comeback could be the emotional core of the whole season, bringing fans back to why they fell in love with Outer Banks in the first place. The bonds, the danger, the heart.